Hey, what's up? You're bored? Well, come hang out with me. Come on, just come sit on the couch. We can chat. I'm just preparing for my weekly game of Dungeons and Dragons, as it happens. Riveting stuff. Well, I'm just coming up with some different ideas for things they might run into. For example, there's this village, right? It doesn't matter where it is, they'll find it eventually. So it seems like a normal village at first, but little do they know that something terrible is afoot. So they'll head into the village, right? And there might be a little foreshadowing here and there, but they head into the village, and it turns out the water supply has been tainted. See, there's this river that flows nearby, but it's been tainted by something. It's all black and horrible and weird, and it makes people insane. So nobody can drink any of the water. And what that means is when the players arrive in this village, everybody is either dehydrated, insane from drinking tainted water, or seriously drunk because the only thing they've been able to drink is ale. So that's going to make for some pretty interesting conversations, I think. And when they get there, there'll probably be all these drunken fights and people screaming and raving like lunatics. There'll be people collapsing from dehydration, all that sort of thing. And the town's in a serious bad way. They need all the water they can get, and they do not have much. Maybe the players will feel like taking advantage of that situation, making some money by selling the water they might be carrying on their person. But I think that one of the few people who actually has a little bit of water left is the mayor. The mayor's trying to run the show, right? So they need to have some of the water so they can make decisions. But things are probably pretty grim. So the mayor will probably try and hire the players to go and figure out what the problem is with the water, right? Obviously, they've sent some people upstream to see what the issue is, but those people haven't come back. So it's up to the players to go upstream and figure out what the problem is and solve it. And hopefully they'll do that. It seems like the decent thing to do, right? And there's probably some money in it for them as well. So they head upstream, and I'm thinking they might meet some elves. Elves who are also investigating the problem, and who are pretty upset about the whole issue. They might have been coming from downstream, and they figured that the human village was the cause. But it turns out that it's actually further upstream, so maybe they'll join forces with the players for a while. And eventually they'll find the source of this particular issue, a very sickly-looking black liquid that's trailing out of some kind of cave formation or something like that. There might be like weird mutated animals or oozes and slimes and bizarre creatures like that. And inside the cave formation, things might get even weirder. There might be these stunted lizard-looking creatures or these insane people who are like mad cultists or something. I'm not quite sure yet. But I think that the source of the problem is going to be a great black dragon. A dragon that has gone absolutely mad. A dragon that's almost catatonic with insanity, laughing and cackling away, murmuring to itself about absolute nonsense, just unintelligible gibbering and laughter, just drooling out this horrible black, mucousy-looking slime that's trickling down into the water and poisoning it, spreading the dragon's madness to the villagers and anyone else who drinks the water. I kind of like that idea. So there might be these weird sort of aborted black lizardy looking creatures that could be like its deformed offspring or something like that. Maybe some crazy cultists, some people who have been drinking the weird black ooze coming out of its mouth as some kind of like prophetic hallucinogen or something like that. People who have come to like worship this great dragon. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I like the idea that it's this big powerful entity that's just been reduced to nothingness, just an empty husk, this insane creature that needs to be put out of its misery. And I kind of feel like that's a good hook, trying to figure out what was it that drove this great creature to becoming an insane, gibbering mess, you know? I mean, that's pretty scary, right? If something can turn a great black dragon into this insane wreck of what it once was, then that could be a pretty powerful antagonist. Maybe some kind of, like, I don't know, Lovecraftian elder god, some strange beyond the stars kind of entity that's spreading its madness and wants to destroy the world or something like that. I don't know. I kind of like that. I think it's a good branching off point. Although another idea I had was maybe when they put the dragon out of its misery, and I'm thinking they probably will, or at least maybe the elves will if they don't want to, they kill the dragon, right? Just like cut its throat or something. And then when it dies, its body starts to burn. It just combusts and turns into ash. And as it burns, maybe a voice in the fire, or I don't know, maybe its blood will like form into letters or something. And then there's this like prophecy, right? I wrote this sort of poem thing as a kind of prophecy, like foretelling the end of the world, right? There were like 5 great dragons that used to be one dragon with 5 heads. Tiamat, the evil, chaotic mother of monsters. So I figured maybe when all 5 of the great dragons die, then Tiamat will come back to life. And then that will be bad, because Tiamat isn't the nicest of dragons. So, yeah. I've got it right here, actually. I can read it to you if you want. I gotta read it in a dramatic voice, though, because otherwise the effect is just lost. 1 was killed, and 5 were born. Each ruled their own domain. Though 1 has died, its brothers live. 4 colors still remain. When all have died, their bodies burned, their souls combined together to bring about the One's return and burn the world forever. I mean, it's like kind of cheesy, I guess, but I kind of feel like it's pretty cool as well. It's kind of like a creation myth / destruction myth, like Ragnarok or something. So I guess maybe the players have got to like stop the dragons from dying, which maybe isn't the best objective unless there's like some kind of cult of Tiamat that wants to kill the great dragons, and then it's like, oh, we got to stop those cultists from killing all the dragons. Plus, I mean, like, maybe the other dragons are cooler than the black one is. I feel like one of them might be like hiding in human form. Maybe all of them are hiding in human form, actually. But I kind of like the idea of this like pirate king or something that's like a blue dragon, maybe. And they've got like a hoard of treasure that they've stolen from all the ships that they've plundered. I think that'd be fun. And there's probably like at least one good dragon. Maybe like a gold dragon or something. Maybe they're like a cool old wizard or something who wants to help out the players. I think that'd be pretty rad. Anyway, they kill the black dragon, and it's like, oh, time for a prophecy. Maybe. I haven't really decided yet. And then the elves will do some like purifying the water ritual. And then, yeah, hopefully things will kind of clear up and maybe the town will get back to normal. Although maybe they'll need the players to like go fetch some water from somewhere else. Yeah, maybe they'll need like a water supply from a nearby town. Send some like wagons carrying the water. And then I can use that as a hook to take the players to some other village where there's some other problem that I haven't thought of yet. But I think that's a pretty neat idea, right? Like, that's pretty clean. It's got a nice kind of closure to it, but at the same time leading on to other things. I like that. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Anyway, how about we watch some TV or something? Yeah? Alright. Look, seeing as how I was the one that rambled on and on, you can be the one to pick whatever we watch. Sound fair? Okay.